Alright, it's day 359 off the grid, and I've spent most of the day here at Mavtech with Amon. And we've got a few things together ready for tomorrow night's New Year's Eve broadcast. So I've done a few things in that regard. And one thing I've done is I've installed this old broadcast mixer amp here so that we can have more than one mic, because this desk here only handles one mic channel. So this has now given us up to 4. So I've got the original radio mic coming through channel 4 and the new mic, which is just over here. This one here, this Audio Technica, that a guest might want to make an announcement or not, but I thought I'd be ready for it. Can use that on channel 1, and that's kind of cool. We can also use it to do interviews. We can plug in more mics, so that's kind of cool. Still got to sort out the gain structure a bit, because as you can see, the master is down quite low to feed into the other desk, because it's essentially driving a mic input, which amazingly it actually works, but a little bit hissy, so we'll deal with that, but it'll be alright for tomorrow. And the other thing was, I arranged a method of recording on the computer, which is not here, because I've just packed it up. And initially today I tried using this little radio here, which did work, but when I wound the volume down so it didn't overdrive the computer, the inherent hum in there versus the signal became a bit objectionable. And I did a test recording today, and I actually had to zap the hum digitally, which was a bit annoying. So I decided to try something else. So can we just move it? So I hauled out this old Sony desk we got bequeathed a few months ago, and I thought I'd give it a try. There's a few scratchy faders, but it does work. On a dodgy VU meter, the right hand channel comes up to halfway, and it kind of stays up there like it's biased electrically. So what I did was I ran this tuner here, which we used to record onto the tape deck.
Yeah, and this meter was a bit low and twitchy.
Yeah, into the inputs, and it's got left and right, and they actually come up on 2 channels. These are sort of dedicated left, right. And then I took the left and right outputs, because we're a mono station, so therefore left and right are basically the same program. And I sent one mono feed off to this lead here, which goes into the computer's line in, and the other one which goes into the tape deck. And the idea of this is that we can record our 5+ hours of radio, but we don't have to record it as one contiguous recording, just in case the computer crashes or something. So while we briefly pause the computer to save files, we can cover that on cassette and just add it back onto the show later from cassette. You'd hardly know the difference. We did that for the Spring Fling when we did the broadcast all afternoon, and it worked real good. So yeah, so we're getting a slightly better recording setup. I mean, I have had the ability to record the shows I've been doing, but that's basically a send directly out of this desk, so it means it's recording what's coming through the desk, not off air, which means we can't record the other studio that way, so hence the need for this equipment. And I don't want this to be a long ranty video, because I really want to pack up and get home now. I'm tired, it's getting late. But the last thing I did was I rigged up these intercoms here that I found here. I bought some phone type ones down on my own, but they don't seem to work properly, but these ones barely do work, but not the way you're supposed to use them, plugged into the mains at one outlet at one end and one outlet at the other, because the wiring in this building all goes through different circuits and different phases and stuff, I would imagine, and you just can't get a signal from one room to another like that. So what have I done? Simply ran this big extension cord. I think it goes all the way here. It's unplugged at the moment, and then we follow it out here into the museum, and of course all the way into the Heritage Studio, where Wayne does his shows from. And I've got it just sitting here. It's clearly temporary. We'll organise something more permanent.
Look at the needles.
Okay, there we go. There's the needles on the old Toshiba broadcast desk. I haven't actually done a show in here on this desk yet. I've mucked around with it, testing it and stuff, and broadcasted on air through it, but I haven't actually come in here and actually done a show. But I could. Maybe I will. But anyway, these record players will certainly chew up your your vinyl, they're all right for shellac, but they actually do have some quite nice. But we're not in here to look at record players. I just wanted to show the intercom wiring, because that's what's particular about what I did today. Because after all, the off-the-grid posts are essentially about what I have done with myself during the day. I'm being off-grid, of course. None of this is off-grid. This is very much on-grid, and the radio station chews through lots of gritty power, so it's really bad for the environment. Oh no, carbon footprint and all that. Nah, I don't believe in that bollocks. I do believe, though, that you can totally stuff your own local environment by creating lots of pollution, but that's a whole nother thing. Oh yeah, the tape recorder. I found this in the shed. This actually is an old education tape recorder. I had these when I was at school. I was the technical monitor, and I had to control the issuing of these exact type of machines at school, so it's kind of got a bit of sentimental value. Well, not this particular model. Nostalgia, I guess is the word. But we've had problems finding a good tape deck, and I've tested this one, not with a tape yet, but the mechanics appear really good, because these were built to handle a school environment, so they're really robust. So maybe we'll use this. Well, it's here now anyway to give it a try. I haven't hooked it up yet. That's another day. So we won't be playing any tapes on New Year's Eve. Oh no, how sad. But you know, we've got vinyl, we've got CD, and we've got digital. And I picked a few records out of the record box for tomorrow that I'm going to play. I'll pick some more tomorrow, and of course bring some CDs. So that's basically it. Day 359 off the grid, and time to go home, well and truly.